Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Sangram and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 66th meeting of Mumbai Toastmasters Club. In order to have a great meeting, let's understand some of the ground rules. Please put yourself on mute in case you're not speaking. Please do not interrupt while someone is speaking. At Toastmasters Club, we do not talk about sex, religion, and politics. Please refrain yourself from talking on this subject. You're encouraged to turn the camera on, but in case you're moving away, please turn it off. Like every person has its own mission, Mumbai Toastmaster Club has its own mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is we provide mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has an opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster personal growth and greater confidence. With this, I can announce that meeting is open and hand it over to our today's presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Sarika. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangram. Good morning, everyone. Today is my first session after getting elected as a president. So welcome, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I think we have one guest, Naveen. Today, it's my privilege and pleasure to welcome all at the Mumbai Speakers Toastmaster Club. They say the greatest barrier to success is the fear of failure. Until now, I always used to fear, that whether I succeed as a president or not, but then if I have to succeed, then I have to overcome the fear. So I'm going to put my foot front of the other and leave my fear behind the door. And I know together with my new XCOM members, we are going to achieve a lot of success. The XCOM team, we have really big shoes to fill in. Now, moving on to the guest, if any. Naveen, can you hear us? Because I think you're only connected to the video. That's also off. Naveen? Okay, maybe his audio is not connected. I don't think there are any other guests. Maybe we can proceed, and at the later stage, if we have some guests, we'll. Okay, so there's one person who's joining called Samiksha Jain. Hi, Samiksha. Samiksha, can you hear us?
Yeah, hi. Hi, sir.
Samiksha, we are not able to hear you. No worries. Yeah, Samiksha. Hi. No, I think we're not able to hear Samiksha clearly. Maybe we'll get back to Samiksha soon. So now let me introduce today the TMoD, Toastmaster Engelbert. He's always, oh my God, he's all done up today. Nice to see you, Engelbert, this way. So we had a nice meeting yesterday in person, and it's so nice again to see everybody on the Zoom screen. Now you can actually relate the face to the screen, and it's really a pleasure to see you, everyone. Okay, so Engelbert, before I go to you, let us talk to Samiksha. Hi, Samiksha.
Hi, Sarika.
Hi. So Samiksha, you would like to tell that how did you know about Toastmasters, and is there any, how did you get to know about this club?
My cousin was doing Toastmasters from Bandra. He asked me to start with it. So I called up in Villaparle, but that was offline. So they told me that if you want to join on offline, that was online Villaparle. So they told me if you want to join online, so you can continue you can see the demo lecture where you once, and then you can start with Toastmasters.
So then you are at the perfect place. So welcome, Samiksha. The Toastmaster meeting has a structured meeting, and I'm sure the Toastmaster of the day will explain you. But hang around, and we'll talk to you again, maybe at the end of the meeting, taking your feedback.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, coming back to TMoD, Toastmaster Engelbert, enthusiastic, energetic, and always smiling. So today I'm going to introduce Engelbert, who's going to conduct a very beautiful theme. We're going to hear a lot about the theme from Engelbert, but the bucket list. The theme sounds really attractive, Engelbert. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Sarika. It does not look as if it is your first time. And today I can see many colorful screens, so it is actually very, very nice. So with this very, beautiful Sunday morning, with all bright light falling on your faces, the sun rays falling on your faces, I would like to start with a quote by William Ross. It says, "Every man dies, but not every man lives. Every man dies, not every man lives." It's so meaningful, and that is one of the main reasons why we all have gathered here Sunday on Sunday. We just don't want to do our routine work and perish, but we want to do something in life where we'll be remembered for even after the last day of our life. Now, we know already Sarika has introduced the theme, the bucket list. And before I even begin, let me thank Vishal Mehta for helping me out to finalize with this topic called bucket list. The first question I would like all of you, anybody can raise your hand in case if you have a tangible or written bucket list. Anybody has a written bucket list? I would just like to know, because I don't have a written bucket list. So it seems so nobody has. Okay. So, and now,
looks like Vishal Mehta does have.
Okay,
TMoD.
Vishal Mehta. Wow. That's why you suggested, so that you'll set a benchmark and then we will follow you. Very good, Vishal Mehta.
Yep. I actually created it like a few years back. I need to search where is that, but I remember I created it a few years back.
Wow. I think my question next time it should be, who can show me the bucket list?
Whoa. Trust me, there's a few things I don't want to share with everyone.
Definitely we will see only the things which you will show us.
Yes.
So on this very good note, so what I wanted to actually draw your attention, is that we all know the bucket list. We know, we've seen the movie. Most of us must have seen the movie, English movie. If you have not seen that, there's a Hindi movie also, Das Vedanta. So Das Vidanya, by Vinay, who's again a very fantastic actor. So all in this, very dramatical way they showed, like, where the doctor comes in and says, this is your last 1 month, you're suffering from a terminal illness, and so then that then these main characters, they sit, they write, the list. Probably they show us 10 lists, and how they fulfill those fears and all these things. But my question to each one of us, including me, why wait for somebody to tell us that this is going to be your end date or going to be your last date? We all are mortals, right? Nobody of us is going to live forever. So why don't, starting from today, in fact, I'll give you 30 seconds, all of you, to just think about at least 3. If it is more than very good, at least top 3 bucket list items which you want, to achieve. So I'll give you 30 seconds, and I want to see more spark on your face after you note down the 3 bucket lists.
TM Engelbert, can you please elaborate more on the bucket list? What it is?
Thank you, Chetan. It's a very good question. So bucket list, okay, the concept came in earlier when you have this hanging, where the prisoner used to be hanged to death. Okay, so the executioner, what they used to do, they used to kick the bucket. No? They used to make the prisoner stand on the bucket, and when the time comes, they used to kick the bucket, and obviously that person will start hanging, right? And he will be executed. Yeah. So that's why the phrase, to kick the bucket, so that came out from that term. Now, since you know that you're going to die, in short, since you know that you're going to die someday or the other, you have to now have few things which you will feel that your life is complete. Okay, so after doing this, you know that, okay, now I have lived a life, which I wanted to. Yeah, the opposite is having an incomplete life or a life filled with regrets. You know. So I hope I answered you, Chetan, and thank you for asking. Yeah. So now I think I can give you less than 30 seconds. I think now I can give you 20 seconds to write down. Yeah, because Joy has already written his list. I can see the spark. I can see Ajay also smiling, so I think his list is. Sangram seems to be already ready. I try to be specific. Yeah, try to be a little bit more specific. Okay. Just don't say I want to go world tour, or just don't say, if you're saying world tour, then be specific which country, which city, at least the 5 cities, or just be more specific. Please don't take stress. Some of you are. Okay, so your time is up. Okay. Now just raise your hand in case if you could finish 3. How many of you all finished 3 or more? Achit. Okay, so we have Urmila. Okay, so Urmila is the only one, I think. Okay, Sarika, very good. Yeah, so it will take time, don't worry. Some of you would not, doesn't mean during this session of 2 hours or 3 hours, we will give you time to think. Okay, you can think, as and when we speak, when we bring out the essence, when you understand. It's not easy, definitely it's not easy, because bucket list is different from your wish list or from your, other things like being a Toastmaster can definitely not be your bucket list, right? But obviously being a world championship, international championship in Toastmaster could definitely be your bucket list. So that's the difference what I'm saying. Now for the benefit of everyone, so the entire session we're going to divide into 3 parts. One is the prepared speech, second is going to be the table topics, and then your last, the most important part is the general evaluation. Okay. Now to help to complete this entire basket, complete this entire bucket list, we have 3 main role players. Okay, the first role player, I'll invite the first role player to please help us. That is, a bucket list will be incomplete if you do not have an end date, if you do not have a timing for it. If you do things at the right place at the right time, you will get the essence out of it. And that's why I invite Vishal K to please help us, with the objectives. But before, can you unmute yourself, Vishal K, so that I can first start with one simple question. What do you want to see, or whom do you want to see in person? Whom do you want to see in person?
Maybe Narendra Modi.
Wow. And why?
Yeah, just so as to explain, so as to understand how would be the roadmap of India going future in another 5 or 10 years.
Wow. Lovely. Very nice. So I'm sure this will be a part of your bucket list. So very nice. So Vishal, can you go ahead and share with us the objectives?
So I'm a timer today, and yeah, maybe I would share the. So good morning all, fellow Toastmasters. So as a timer, my role would be to time and help the speaker to express their thoughts within the allocated time. My duty is to time the prepared speech, table topic speeches, speech evaluation, educational sessions during the meeting. To help in performing my role, I have this 3 sets of cards. Green card, which indicates qualifying time for your speech, yellow card indicating the target time for your speech, and the red card, which indicates the maximum allocated time for your speech. For icebreaker session, I will show green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes, and red card at 6 minutes. For prepared speeches, which are 5 to 7 minutes, I will show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For the prepared speeches, we have a grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the time limit. I will present the time report when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thanks,
Over
Vishal.
to you, TMoD Engelbert.
Thanks. Thank you, Vishal. And I'm sure we shall keep to the time. Okay. So now coming to the next thing. When a singer, say your favorite singer Sonu Nigam, or Asha Bhosle, when they have their notes or when they say it sounds so beautiful. But as a speaker, when those words become your crutch words, or you could say filler words, they become a slightly hindrance. So to help us, I invite Chetan to please help us with the objectives. But before that, one question, Chetan. Can you share me at least one special moment which you are awaiting for? One special moment you dream for or you're awaiting for?
Yeah, so I'm going to marry my soulmate in next year, 2016, January. And for that one, I'm waiting for a long time. So now that has been happening soon.
Oh, I think, Chetan, this question was destined to be asked to you, I guess.
Yeah.
It was extremely good. So now with this very good, happy note, can you please help us with the objectives?
Sure, TM Engelbert. Good morning and thank you everyone, Mr. and Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. My role as a counter is to record unnecessary sound used by the speaker and the role bearers. They include the crutch words such as filler words such as but, like, so, okay, filler phrases such as and so, etc., and extremely long pauses. The crutch words or filler words obstruct the smooth flow of speech, can be annoying to the listeners, at the same time decreasing the value of the speech. Therefore, our counter notes these words and phrases in order to help the speaker become aware of them and minimize the use of these words and phrases in the future. I will present the R counter report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, TM Engelbert.
Thanks, Chetan. Now we will move to the grammarian who will help us to improve in our English or the proper usage of English. So over to you, Sandeep. Sandeep, can you unmute yourself, Sandeep?
Yeah, I think I'm on.
Okay. So Sandeep, I'll just ask you a very simple question. First of all, let me ask, did you write in your bucket list anything? I won't ask you what you've written, don't worry. But did you write anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I've written something.
Okay, I'll just ask you how many?
So it's basically the vision board that I already have. So I've just put some points from my vision board, which I always see in the morning, and yeah, some points from there.
Wow, you remind me of Robin Sharma. Very nice. So with this very good note, I'll just ask you, do you think bucket list will add value in your life? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I mean, you need to have a bucket list. You need to have a vision for yourself, your life, and what you want to achieve and when you want to achieve and how you want to achieve in your life. Those points. You need to have a perfect plan for that, and that too, in a given point of time, like in a defined point, basically defined timeline you should have.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks. Very, very true. So can you please help us with the objective?
Yeah. So as a grammarian, it is, first of all, thank you so much, Toastmaster Engelbert and fellow Toastmaster and my dear guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of not so correct English language, as well as all examples of good usage. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is effervescent. Effervescent, which means someone or something that is active, positive, and full of energy. A few examples of using the word is, she is one of those effervescent personalities that you often see hosting TV game shows. Another usage, I plunge into the old town, an effervescent mixture of colorful sight and exotic smells. Another usage, we are looking for a candidate that is dynamic and enjoys teamwork in an effervescent work environment and delivered to our customers. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Whenever any speaker on the stage uses the word of the day in the right context, I would request the audience to show a silent thumbs up as mark of appreciation. I'll give word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster.
Thanks, Sandeep. Actually, thank you very much because you brought in a very good point. So the first part, what we are going to do in this meeting is definitely the prepared speeches. Okay, in prepared speeches, we all know that the person selects a topic and gets time to note down the points and then speak. But the most essential part is not the speaking part, but also we as teammates would encourage and personal chat to please write some positive adjective. As soon as the person finishes the speech, to please encourage the person. Yeah. So the calling upon the first speaker we have Parimal, and to evaluate him we have Vishal Mehta. So Vishal Mehta, can you please help us with the speech objectives?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Engelbert. So my speaker today, Parimal Patel, he will be attempting his icebreaker speech. So his very first speech, which will be level 1 and project 1. And his pathway for this is the presentation mastery. The purpose of this speech is for Parimal to introduce him to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note that since this is an icebreaker speech, the time would be 4 to 6 minutes. With this, I wish my speaker all the best, and I hand it over to you, TMoD Engelbert.
Yeah, so thank you, Vishal. So the first, we'll introduce Parimal, and since it's his first speech, I will not ask any questions about bucket list. Yeah, so over to you, Parimal, and all the best.
Am I audible? Good morning, all.
Very much.
Yeah, and visible?
Very clear.
Yeah, good morning, all. Life is much better when you are living in present moment. Do you live in present moment? So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and respective guests. I am Parimal Patel. I am 41 years old. I stay in Borivali with my family. In my family, my wife, my son, and my parents. My wife is housemaker. My son study in primary school, and my parents, they are enjoying their retired life. I born in South Gujarat. It's a famous city for Dandi Beach. Also, it's a place of Jamshedji Tata birthplace, the founder of Tata Group. Can you guess, anyone, what is the city name?
Jamshedpur.
No.
Jamnagar?
No. Okay, I will tell. The city name is Navsari.
Navsari.
Yeah, correct, sir. Yeah, the city name is Navsari. It is near to Surat, South Gujarat part, and it is famous for Dandi Beach. Also, that historical Mahatma Gandhi Dandi March that happened from Ahmedabad to Navsari, Dandi. Okay, and it's also famous for that various Gujarati dishes like khaman, dhokla, fafda, and some sweet dishes. My schooling, primary and secondary, I have done from Navsari only, Seth Harjeji High School. It was good experience in Seth Harjeji High School. After higher secondary 12th, I got admission in Diploma Mechanical Engineering at Ahmedabad. So first time I left my hometown and went to Ahmedabad. It was my first experience to live alone, and it gave me good pleasure, and I learned how to tackle my own without any support from parents. After completion of Diploma Mechanical Engineering, I got admission luckily in Nirma Institute as a graduation purpose in BE Mechanical Engineering. So Nirma is the best college in Gujarat, one of the best college in Gujarat. So after completion of the mechanical engineering from Nirma, I got opportunity as a GET engineer to work with Gujarat Welspun Pipe Roland Limited at Anjar Bhuj. It's pipe manufacturing company. I was with in quality team. So at that time, I learned various factors of pipe quality and represent to the third party inspector. After 1 year of experience, I shifted and I got opportunity in Jamnagar with SR Oil Refinery. It's a refinery and petrochemical company. So I shifted there in 2006. From 2006 to 2008, I was work with SR Oil. I learned engineering, procurement, and construction-based projects and procurementing from SR Oil. After 2 years of experience, I got call from Tata Projects. So I went and give the interview and I was selected. So first time I come to Mumbai, the dream city of India. First 1 year, it is very tough for me to settle down here because I never came here earlier. I was on rent basis, stay here. And also there is some traffic issue. And in the local train, we never travel like in rushing train and all this. So it's tough for me for first year. After 1 year, I am settled down and I understood to stay in Mumbai, it is mandatory or it is very important to buy home or you can say flat. So I purchased my first own flat, of course, taking home loan in 2009. It was the good decision and my parents pushed me to buy the home. But it was actually good decision. After 2009, the price of the real estate shoot very high and it was good decision and luckily I bought my home with reasonable rate. In 2010, I got married with my wife and we settled properly in Mumbai, Borivali. After 2016, we got my son and we are happily live here in Borivali. At present, I am working with Tata Projects. It's a EPC company. I have good experience in various sectors like infra, metro, road projects, then the building projects and bullet metro line and oil and gas refinery. My personal short-term goal is to we can consider within 5 to 10 years, I want to start my own business in any engineering sector. It is not decided, but I will try the best. During my free time, as a hobby, I play with badminton, cricket, volleyball. Also, I spend my time with my family, my kid. This is the story about me. Thank you very much.
Wow, Parimal, you have left us speechless. It's very inspiring story. Like, you showed your personal life, career graph, everything going higher and higher. And I'm sure, as you rightly said, your parents, in fact, the best point what I like right at the beginning, you said your parents are happily retired, retired and living a happy life. So I'm sure, with this process of the bucket list, I think this process itself will help us to lead a happy life, whether we achieve it or not. But the thing that we dared to at least attempt the impossible. Yeah. With this very good note, we're going to have the second speaker, who is Ajay, and to invite the evaluator, we have Ritik, the dashing and charming Ritik. Can you please help us with the objective?
Toastmaster the day. Toastmaster Ajay is giving a speech of a level 1 project 3 of presentation mastery pathway, and the speech title is who inspired you, and the time period is the purpose of a speech is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well organized, well researched speech on any topic. And I'm wishing Toastmaster Ajay very best luck, and I am sure he'll perform very well in the speech. And now over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks, Ritik, for inspiring Ajay. Now, Ajay, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Engelbert. Thank you so much, Ritik. So, very good morning to Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, my dear guest. May I ask one question to everyone, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Who inspired you? Question mark. You all can reply in the chat box. I will repeat your words. Yeah, please. Who inspired you? The man, my mom.
Ajay?
Ajay, I think we
Toastmasters,
can't hear you.
Ajay, we are not able to hear you. Timer, you can just stop the timer.
Pause. Yeah, yes, pause it. Yeah.
No, we
Ajay.
can still not hear you, Ajay. Ajay, you want to disconnect and connect soon? Just log in and log out.
Okay, so Ajay is disconnected right now. Okay. Okay, so till I think till Ajay fixes his problem of of this audio. So quickly we'll go to the next question. In fact, when Chetan said what is bucket list, any question or any thing you want to understand, you'll obviously ask what, why, where, how. So we spoke about what. Yeah, now we'll speak about why. Okay, so why is it important? Is because once we realize that it has a limited time. We all have limited time as we are mortals. The most important thing is that we start noting it down, bringing a tangibility to our thoughts. Otherwise, what will happen is now I'm thinking, okay, I'll become this, I'll do that, I'll do this. Next year, if you ask me, I may forget two things and add some other thing. But if I have it written, I can start pondering, I can start thinking, like as Sandeep said about the visionary board, and all these things. So with this note, I think now you still have time to write down and think and ponder about your bucket list. In the meanwhile, Ajay, can we just test whether we can hear you? I'm sorry, Ajay, I'm not able to hear you. Can you quickly switch to your mobile phone or some other device? We are not able to hear you, Ajay. So Ajay, would you like to take more 5 minutes to log into another device? You can test it and then, probably, yeah. So till then, what we can do with the permission of the PO, can we go ahead, Sarika? Can we go ahead to the next section and then come back to the second part?
Yes, I think we should do that.
Yeah, so in the interest of time, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go to the second part of the session, that is the the table topics, and then we will come back just as an exception. Okay. So Ajay, don't worry, take your time. Okay, we are here. Okay. So first, after the prepared speech, we'll take a short break and come to the table topic master or table topic session. Okay, I can hardly see any guests, but just for those who are come as guests, just to tell you, table topic session is a time where everyone gets a chance to speak. Okay, so you get a topic on the spot and you need to think, and immediately you can start your session. Okay, but the timing rules, the timer will help us with the timing details. So timer, can you please share the timing details for table topics?
Yes, sure. Thanks, Toastmaster Engelbert. For the table topics, each speaker is encouraged to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I will show green card at the end of 1 minute, yellow card at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at the end of 2 minutes. For the table topics, we have a grace period of 30 minutes on the upper side of the time limit. I will be presenting a timing report when called upon by the table topic master. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Engelbert.
Thanks, Vishal. So the person whom I'm going to introduce to you, all of you right now, who's going to help us with the Toastmaster, the table topic, the table topic. This person gives a full heart, mind, and soul, and her efforts is actually visible. The kind of quotes, the kind of examples she gives, and in fact, we are going to see, let actions speak louder than words. So I welcome Urmila to please take over the table topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, Timer, for the guidelines. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, hope I'm audible and visible.
Very much.
All right. So I just wanted to ask one question. Before we start preparing the speech, how much time it will take to prepare one speech? Do you know? Anyone know answer of this question?
3 days.
I prepare 1 day before, so that is bad, but that's it is 1 day before.
So we have Toastmasters who are really prompt and they can prepare the speech in 1 day or 3 days, but usually it takes 21 days to prepare speech to the normal person. So my topic is that session of a Toastmasters meeting where we are given the opportunity to practice impromptu speaking, where guests and members will have the opportunity to practice their impromptu speaking. Our table topic is in itself a crucial element of Toastmasters. It allows us to think on our feet and improve our improvisation skills. Honing this ability is important not only for becoming a better speaker, but also to help improve our communication in general. So let's start the table topic session. So timer has already shared the time guidelines. We can start the session. Can anyone raise the hand? Guest also welcome and just participate in the table topic session. I can see only a timer screen. I can't see participants.
So Ritik has raised his hand, Urmila.
All right. So Master Ritik, so for you, everything has an expiry date. Everything has an expiry date. Toastmaster Ritik, over to you.
Okay, are you talking about last XCOM? Okay, thank you, table topic master. Yes, indeed, everything has expiry date, and it's sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's not visible. In the case of food, we can see the wrapper and we can figure out like it has expiry date. But in life, we cannot predict the future. Today we are, tomorrow we won't be able to there. So expiry date is there, but the period which we have before the expiry date, we can enjoy it. Be it food, we can eat it, and being in the life, we can live it and live in the way so that it will be remembered. Now let's talk about why we need expiry date. It's not about we want to have expiry date or we shouldn't have the expiry date. For some foods, it's already there based on its composition of chemical things. And for the human life, we are living on the cells, so they also have a certain lifespan. After that, they are not able to grow as much they were being able to do in the the start of the journey as a kid to the adult, then the senior citizen. So yeah, indeed, expiry date is there, and the only thing which we can enjoy is the time before expiry date. That's all. And over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritik. Indeed, because everything has expiry date, even though we can buy a single biscuit packet or even medicine, everything, like each and every goods have the expiry date. Even our life, we don't know how much life we are living. Even pandemic has proved us. So yeah, we have to plan and if we don't have a plan, just go with the flow, but enjoy each and every moment. That's what I just wanted to say. And yes, Ritik has also Ritik has same thought. Thank you so much, Ritik. We will go to the next person. Who will be the next? Guest Samiksha on to
Alvin.
participate. Alvin.
Yeah, Alvin has raised his hand.
Yes, Alvin.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, good morning. So, Toastmaster Alvin, nobody is too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. Nobody is too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. Toastmaster Alvin, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning, table topic master. I hope everybody is enjoying the rains. Everybody in Mumbai is enjoying the rains and the atmosphere. That's the question to me. I think it's perfectly to me, perfectly made for me actually. um, this is the discussion that I've been having for last 15-20 days, and I think one of the sessions that was there earlier too, where it was discussed that it's not you're busy, it's how you prioritize what comes in your life or what you want to do. So yeah, but priority also comes with challenges. You know that there are 10 things that you need to do. Personally speaking, I am associated with many few organizations and all. So currently I am stuck with something which I need, which I feel that yeah, yes, that's the highest priority, and that needs to be given maximum time. So for me, giving time and to coming out good of that in that occasion, for in that activity, is more important. So in that case, if you see, yes, when I prioritize, I often know now I don't, I was always on WhatsApp and all. So now I am not able to see WhatsApp and all other devices or even Facebook. So it's myself giving priority to what I want to achieve. There are certain learnings that I need to do, certain things that are not going right my way. So when I say that, I would always say I am busy with that activity rather than I'm prioritizing that activity rather than saying I don't have time. So it's not that you don't have time, you're giving more time to certain things, which in turn results in not giving your priority and letting out other things as giving less priority to others. So when things are okay, you'll come back. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So priorities are change as per situations. It could be like high or low, but yeah, it could be change as per situations, and the situation will give us to think on the priorities. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alvin. Guest Naveen or guest Samiksha would want to participate in the table topic session. Guest Naveen.
I think Naveen's audio is not yet connected. Maybe Samiksha, you want to try?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay, Samiksha, don't call it a dream, call it a plan. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. To August, Samiksha, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. So,
Samiksha, you can keep your video on so that we can see you, and yeah, we can appreciate your speech as well.
yeah. Yeah, so when we dream about something, it's like we get up, we just say that yeah, it was a dream. We can say that we can actually put it in as a plan. We can make it as a like whatever a bucket list or our next motive, whatever we want to achieve in future. We can do that. We can. So since I was preparing myself for CA final exam, I've just given my CA final exam. It was my dream that I want to clear it in first attempt, but I couldn't do it. So I gave it as a second attempt. It was always my dream to clear my CA finals in first attempt, but I couldn't. So I planned it accordingly. Like whenever I used to sleep, it was always on my mind that I want to clear it. And so I planned it accordingly, how I want to clear, how I want to like what should be the next step. And yeah.
Guest Samisha, you have given a good speech, I must say. But definitely, yes, we all are having dream, but yes, we can act, and we have to follow the dream so that we can we can achieve it. So it's not a dream, but absolutely it's a plan, because dreams are like we are just having dream, and sometimes we are not getting time to achieve it, but yes,
true unless we work upon it. That's
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, guest Samiksha.
Thank
you want to, yes, you want to speak?
Okay. So we also have Brijesh, who has raised his hand, and Brijesh also seems to be a guest. Brijesh, okay. I think he joined late, so we couldn't talk to him.
All right, guest Brijesh, want to participate in the table topic session?
Yeah.
All right. So, guest Brijesh, you attract what you are, not what you want. If you want great, then be great. You attract what you are, not what you want. If you want great, then be great. Guest Brijesh, over to you.
Yeah. So hello, fellow Toastmasters. Sorry, I joined late. Moving on to my topic. So yeah, as you quoted it correctly, you attract what you want. You attract how you are and not what you want. That is because you like similar habits, similar attributes. They attract you. If you are running after something, but that is not compatible with you, obviously you will not be attracting it, right? You need to if I would put the quote, charity begins at home. You need to be in that mindset. You need to have your daily routines of the leaders you want, or how you want to be, and that is what you should. If that is what you want to attract, you should start behaving in that way. Only then you will attract like-minded people around you. If it's just something you want, then that's not going to happen. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, guest Brijesh. Anybody from members want to go for the next topic?
I think Vishal's hands is up like for a long time now.
Even Sandeep's is up. So yeah, I think we have.
I was later. Yeah.
All right. Hope Toastmaster timer and Toastmaster of the day, we have time so that we can take 2-3 speaker.
I think
we can take one.
We can take just one. Yeah.
We can take one. All right. I will give you opportunity to Sandeep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So Toastmaster Sandeep, don't wait. Life goes faster than you think. Don't wait. Life goes faster than you think. Toastmaster Sandeep, over to you.
So absolutely, I mean, life goes faster than you think. So whatever plans you have made for yourself and your life, please go ahead and please fulfill your dreams at the earliest. Don't wait for it. Take an action. Action is very important. Actually, whenever you take an action, it gives you motivation. The first step, taking first step, is very, very important. Unless you take the first step, you'll not be knowing about the challenges that are going to come. And believe me, डर के आगे ही जीत है. There's no alternate for it. डर के आगे, you will see the clear jeep that's coming to you, and this will come only when you take the first step. Everyone is going to support you. Every like-minded person is going to come to you. They're going to come forward and support you. That is how the earlier Toastmasters use the law of attraction. Believe me, it happens. It happens. When you start your journey, all the like-minded person will be very supportive. They're going to come to you whenever you need support, whenever you need their help. The situation is going to fall in place accordingly, and you're going to have a wonderful time, believe me. But you need to take your first step, a correct step, and make sure that whatever you think for yourself is the right thing that you wanted to achieve in your life always. Like maybe your vision board is a guide, maybe your things that you want to do in your life, all correct things that you want to do in your life with everyone's guidance. Please, I think this is going to work wonderfully for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep, your affordances on this topic. Thank you so much.
Urmila, just 1 second, Urmila.
Yeah.
I think we still have, you can take one more speaker, please. Yeah.
All right. So, Toastmaster Vishal, you are getting this opportunity to speak in the table topic. All right. So,
Sure.
Toastmaster Vishal,
Yes.
topic for you. The distance between your dreams and reality is called action. The distance between your dream and reality is called action. Toastmaster Vishal, over to you.
Thank you so much, table topic master Urmila. I'm a firm believer that dreams do not really get you anywhere unless you take some action. And that's actually true, because every night, I believe we get multiple dreams about we want to become so many things or want to achieve so many things, but those dreams will always remain dreams if you don't really take any action on it. And of course, by taking action doesn't really mean that we can achieve that dream in maybe 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Sometimes it just takes more time. The main thing is you just need to be dedicated, have the discipline, perseverance, just keep going after what you really believe in. And of course, dreams do change with time, because I remember when I was a kid, I had different dreams. Then when you're in college, you have different dreams. Then when you start your job, you have different dreams. I remember like when I got my first job and I used to travel by BST bus, and I was to wonder, I wish I just had like a bike. It would be so cool to just go on my own. And when I got a bike, I was enjoying it for some time. And after some time, I was like, oh, I wish I had a car. Then I could at least enjoy going in the car, not worry about pollution, rain, or anything like that. Or even the traffic, I can just listen to music. And then with God's grace, I got the car, and I was still not really, after some time, it just began that, okay, I think I want something more. But yeah, it's something we all, it's a very interesting thing, because there's no end to it. Sometimes you just have to say that, yeah, I mean, this is what works for me. And yeah, I mean, like I said, just keep dreaming and take action towards your dream, and believe me, one day you will definitely get there. Thank you, and over to you, tabletop game master Urmila.
Absolutely, Toastmaster Vishal. Dreams keep changing, but yes, we have to chase the dreams and achieve it. Thank you so much. May I call timer with the time record?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Urmila. Relating to the timing report, all the participants have qualified for the timing reports. Have qualified their speeches. The time TM Ritik took 1 minute 17 seconds. TM Alvin De Silva took 2 minutes 05 seconds. Guest Samiksha Jain took 1 minute 38 seconds. Guest Brijesh took 1 minute 11 seconds. TM Sandeep took 1 minute 37 seconds. and TM Vishal took 1 minute 58 seconds. Over to you, TM Toastmaster Urmila.
Thank you, timer Vishal, with this elaborated report.
Sorry, just one question for a timer. Have everyone qualified so I can just prepare the polls as well? Keep it ready.
Yes, all have qualified.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So we'll just have the testing with Ajay, so that Ajay, can you just speak something? Sorry, Ajay. Yeah.
It's not coming.
Ajay, can you connect with some other device or some other phone? I think the speaker of your laptop or something.
Maybe another headset or something if you have it.
We can't hear you. Yes, just try connecting to another device. Engelbert, just wait for.
Okay. Yeah. So
maybe
Why not? Why not? Yeah. Sure.
But I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
Is this for the daily use case, or is it like a sort of wishes?
No, yeah, it's a very good question, Ritik. In fact, so what the bucket list is different from your day-to-day wish list. Like, for example, probably getting a job or getting a promotion. These all cannot be your bucket list, because, say, for example, if I have to tell you, Ritik, you just have 30 days to live. Okay, so will you think about your promotion? Will you think about your savings? Will you think about, getting into this thing? You will obviously think of something which is, at that limited time, you're going to do it and you're going to have fulfillment. Like, I could give an example. Obviously my grandfather, he passed away like many decades ago, a couple of decades ago. So he had written a book. Okay, and in his time there was computer was not accessible to everybody. It was just typewriter. So if you had to write a book, you had to actually type, and if there's any mistake, then the publisher will send it back, and all over again you have to sit and do the corrections and that ink, and it's very tedious stuff. But still, in those days, with the limited knowledge, with the limited resources, he still wrote a book, because that was his bucket list. In the same way, so that is something which he is remembered for even till today. Like, it's been so many decades. If I'm not mistaken, it was in late 90s he passed away, but still he is remembered. In fact, this book is on yoga. And sometimes even I get motivated to do some of the techniques, some of the exercises. So that is something which is fulfilling. I'm sure it was very fulfilling for him, as well as for the entire all around him. Yeah. So you're getting my point, Ritik?
Yeah, I understood. Toastmaster of the day. Thanks.
And thanks for helping me, Ritik, to spend some more time so that to give to Ajay. Yeah, because the meaning of Ajay is unbeatable. So we are hoping that it comes with a plan.
Engelbert, I do want to make a point.
Yeah, please.
The list that you made to write out the bucket list. Is it the list that which is also achieved?
Definitely, why not?
Because I also
why not? In fact, I will start with you only. So, can you share?
I started 20 years back. So my question was: is it the dreams that already achieved also, the bucket list which are already achieved also, and then you're adding a new to the list? Is it growing? So, or is only the new list that you're asking us to make?
See, the ideal concept is what you have not achieved. That is the ideal way. Okay, but just to little bit encourage you so that your bucket is not khali. So what you do is you tick mark, the ones which you have done. Okay, so the ideal concept of is that you have, suppose I give the example of you have 1 month, and you want to, you will not sit and spend that 1 month doing gratitude of what you have achieved. You will, you will want to go more ahead, right? So that's the concept of bucket list. Yeah.
You'll be asking us to share the list?
No, don't worry. Depending on the time.
I don't mind.
So we'll start with you, Alvin. I think you're very daring. So I think we'll start with you.
So my one of my basic bucket list item is travel around Europe and Latin American countries. When in 2005, the list was to have the company that I had around with me. So I came to know that everybody has at least 7-digit figure money in their account. So that was what I thought that I should going down the line, I should have a 7-digit amount in my account. So that was one of the list. And then I want to give back to the society. Because I've got from my struggling days, there are thousands and hundreds and thousands of people I can think about help in every walk of life. So I want to give back to the society where I do a lot of social work, and that is some part of my earnings I give it back to the society. So that is one of the this thing, and in a small format I do that. The other thing is I want to send my daughters abroad for education. So these are some 3 or 4 items that are there. There are many more, but these are 3 or 4 items which are on priority list on my bucket list. Yeah, back to you, Engelbert.
Wow, thank you, Alvin, for so spontaneously, and with this very good note, I think the focus is now slowly shifting to Joy. So it will be it will be injustice if I do not call Joy. So Joy, can you please unmute yourself? So we would like to continue this very juicy topic. So so Joy, now see, we spoke about why, we spoke about what. Okay, now we would like to little bit focus on how. Okay, suppose if I had to ask, first of all, are you comfortable sharing your bucket list?
Sure.
Thank you for being sportive, because I didn't know if you'd have said no, I didn't know how to take it further. Yeah. So can you share at least one, or even if all, totally, I leave it up to you, Joy.
So they revolve around one thing. I actually wanted to go ahead and challenge myself to be able to survive on bare minimum. So there are plenty of movies where, either you get lost in the Amazon forest or you are cast away on a remote island. Those are things that really actually challenge you. And that is something that I've always seen myself doing. If I had absolutely nothing, how would I survive? And if I am able to go out and do that, then I think I can pretty much face any challenge in life. So it's a pretty strange bucket list. And I know I can go ahead and do that right away, just get lost in the national park if I want to. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Wow, so Joy is very nice thing. Yeah. So before I come to the next question to Joy, I just hope that there will be internet connection wherever you go, so you can join us at least for the Toastmasters meet. Okay, so Joy, just tell me, since I think Ajay is not yet come. Yeah, Ajay, are you there?
Yes, his audio. Ajay.
Yeah, please confirm if I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Wow.
So I'm really sorry for the technical glitches.
No, absolutely okay.
Absolutely okay. And Ajay, you should thank Joy, because the time he spoke, your audio opened up, suddenly. So
yeah, thank you. I'm really sorry.
So TMoD, TMoD, should we reiterate the objectives again for the speech?
Yeah, since we have time, definitely yes, please.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. My speaker, Toastmaster Ajay Sharma, is giving his speech of Level 1 Project 3 of Presentation Mastery Pathway. The time period for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of speech is Who Inspired You? And the purpose of a speech is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. And I'm wishing very best to Toastmaster Ajay for his speech. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritik. So I'm not going to go ahead with the going to ask who inspired you again. I'm straight away go ahead with my speech. So very good morning to Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, my dear guest. Inspiration is a touching spark that can force us to accomplish anything we desire in our life. And I totally agree. It is important for us to improve and give an age that can change the existence of ours. And it also carries positive energy inside us to accomplish something in our life. Inspirations is important for changing our perspective at the point when our reasoning is conflicting. In our life, there are many people who have inspired us. These inspiration people could be our parents, teachers, brothers and sisters. They are whom we know personally. But inspirations could also come from the outside, from the great personalities, your freedom fighters, your politicals, your cricketers, your writers. I'm getting inspirations from our former president, APJ Abdul Kalam. Because I always feel that he was not made for himself, but he was truly made for country. Such a great personality he had. In his early life, he was born on 15th October 1931 and raised to a Tamil Muslim family in the pilgrim center of Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. His father was a board owner, an imam of a local mosque, and his mother was a housewife. His father owned that board and took Hindu pilgrims from Rameshwaram to Dhanusukodi and vice versa. As a young boy, he had to sell newspaper in order to meet family's household needs. During his school, he was an average grade, but he was described as a bright and hardworking student who had a strong desire to learn. He spent hours on his studies, especially mathematics. After completing his education at higher secondary school, he went to attend college. From here, he graduated in physics. He moved to Chennai in 1955 to study aerospace engineering in Madras Institute of Technology, now name changed to Chennai Institute of Technology. His association with India Space and Missile Development Program gave him the identity of Missile Man of India. He won the 2002 presidential elections and was served as the 11th President of India. During his term as President, he was known as the People's President. He was the first President of India to be honored with the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor. He was a well-known writer. In his book, India 2020, he strongly supported an action plan to develop India into a knowledge superpower by 2020. He had identified 5 areas where India has a competency and a vision. Number 1, agriculture and food processing. Number 2, education and healthcare. Number 3, information and communication technology. 4, infrastructure. And transport and infrastructure, he always intended to develop across everywhere, all parts of the country. 5th, self-reliance in critical technologies. On July 2015, he was traveling to Shillong to deliver a lecture on creating a livable planet Earth at the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong. By climbing a flight of stairs, he experienced some discomfort and fall, which caused death of a sudden cardiac arrest. He was noted for his integrity and simple lifestyle. He never owned a television. It's amazing. I mean, such a simple man was in the habit of woke up at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, sleeping by 2 a.m. His few personal possessions included his books, Veena, some clothes, a CD player, and a laptop. At his death, he had not left anywhere. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam National Memorial was built by DRDO in the island city of Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. The memorial was inaugurated by PM Narendra Modi in July 2017. On the display shows the replica of rockets and missiles which he had worked for the country. The acrylic painting about his life are displayed on the front gate or entry. There is a statue of Apj National in the entrance showing him playing the veena. The conclusion is that my life in the early age, also in a lot of struggles I faced during my education, my staying when my parents moved from UP to Mumbai, and till then and now, I always feel whatever comes in my way, I'll work hard and stand alone in whatever situation arises because I feel nobody stands forever. Are you stay forever? Thank you. Thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Engelbert.
Wow, Ajay, it is an amazing speech. In fact, it has walked the talk. As you said, you always work hard, despite of this. And we actually saw a live demo since 20 minutes or half an hour. You really struggled, but you still came back with a bang, and you were so calm, as if nothing has happened, and you're just fresh. A lot to learn from you, Ajay. And with this very good note, so just before we ask the timer to share and before we have the polling, so I'll just, since you had come and I didn't want to break the flow, and I wanted to finish off with yours first because of your audio issue. I was just having a conversation with Joy, and he was, sharing with us about the minimalistic life which he's had in the bucket list. So the point which we wanted to cover is how. Okay, so Joy, can you throw a little light on how are you going to take the first step in achieving the minimalistic ideal life which you have in your bucket list?
Actually, I've been doing that over the years, Engelbert. So, whatever is not required, you just go ahead and strip it off your life. I started by doing that with a car. So I used to have a car about 7 years ago, sold it off and never bought another car. My credit card was stolen apparently from my office. And the bank took a long time to go ahead and reissue a new card. And then I realized that I actually don't need one. It's useless. And it's kind of making me habituated to the money that I don't have. So it kind of instilled in me the principle of only spending the money that I have, not the money that I don't have. So I don't have credit cards either. I don't have a vehicle. So I only shop as and when required. And even in the last couple of years, so a lot of things were actually not required because you're not going anywhere. You're not meeting a whole lot of people. So whatever possible, I mean, the first step, like you asked me how, is probably to go ahead and hold yourself back and try removing something maybe for a week or a month and see if you're able to go ahead and survive with that. And if yes, then definitely you can survive an entire life. So it's not really required. I mean, everything wears off eventually. The shine wears off and people usually just go after the shine. So if you can hold yourself back, then I think that's how you will be able to achieve that minimalistic life. Back to you. Thank you.
Wow, Joy, we all are speechless actually, Joy. In fact, Joy, you have given actually the secret not only of having a joyful life or simple life, but also in the bucket list. From so long we are discussing about bucket list, how to do it. But you actually said here how to remove the distraction, remove the noise, focus on that one bucket list item or that two bucket list item, and just go for it. And thank you, Joy. It's really inspiring.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time.
Please,
talking
Joy.
about the bucket list. It happens to be one of my favorite movies, actually. And I still remember this movie actually opened my eyes to what life is all about. And it's this one scene where you have Morgan Freeman. So he's there looking at the pyramids in Egypt, and he tells Jack Nicholson that there's an ancient belief that when you die, the answer to two questions decides whether you'll be taken into heaven or not. Okay, and the two questions are, question number 1, have you found joy in your life? That's one question. And the second question is, have you helped others find joy in their lives? So it's just a coincidence that it's my name as well. But I mean, that's pretty much sums up what you need to go out and do in your life. I mean, just be happy and make others happy. And that's all that you need to have in your bucket list is what my guess is. Thank you, and back to you.
I think so. We cannot have a better answer on how to make a bucket list. It's one is for self and one is for others. Thank you, Joy. It's thank you for making my script, much more easier. So now quickly we'll go to the timer report. We'll share the timer of both the prepared speeches as well as the table topics.
Thanks TMoD Engelbert. So the timer report. First, Parimal gave his TM Parimal gave his icebreaker speech, which took 4 minutes 45 seconds. Then for the prepared speech, TM Ajay gave his speech, which took 6 minutes 34 seconds. And both these speeches qualified as per the timing report. I already covered the table topic speeches earlier. So over to you, back to TMoD Engelbert.
So now I think so the polls have already started. So encouraging all of us to please submit your polls for the best speaker. So I guess Vishal Mehta, for the best speaker, you have received all the votes.
Yes, almost just another 5 seconds. If anyone, I see 3 people have not yet voted. If you could just cast your vote, that will be great. Okay, yes, we are done. Thank you.
Yeah. And then can we have for the table topics, please?
Yes. Thank you. We are done with the polling for table topics as well.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. So also right now we saw in this 1 hour or 1 hour and 20 minutes, we saw we saw so beautifully, we analyzed what our goals should be. Not only goals, this is beyond our goals, something which can be our life goals, so we evaluated it, and each one we got inputs, how we can make it. If for those who have not made, we got tips how to make it. For those who have made, we can revise it and how we can achieve it. So all this, but if we're coming to the present, okay, so far we are speaking about the future. Now talking about the present, we also need somebody to evaluate, how the session went so far. So I invite General Evaluator Glenn Smith to please take over.
Hey, hi, am I audible? Right. Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Engelbert. So as a general evaluator today, some things that I'd be required to do is firstly to call upon the speech evaluators so that they can share their feedback. Followed by that, we'll be calling upon the tag team. And then after that, I will share my report. So to begin this entire session, I think we'll first go about and get the speech evaluations completed. So may I first call upon Toastmaster Vishal Mehta to conduct the evaluation for Toastmaster Parimal.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Glenn. Toastmaster Parimal, wow, what a great icebreaker speech that was. Simple, yet so effective. I really liked the way how you started it, and you mentioned about your family and how you were born in a small place in Gujarat, which maybe in terms of names, it's a small, but then you kind of made it very clear that it's not such a small place as well, because some great industrialists have been born in that place. So maybe you have that thing, like, in you got it from there. And then you mentioned about your schooling and how you did your engineering over there. and also from there how you started to get jobs, and then finally you moved into Mumbai in the year 2001. Then you got a house here, got married, got kids and everything. So I believe your speech really solved the purpose wherein you really introduce yourself to the club in such a way that now everyone knows Parimal regarding where he was born, what he does, what's his family like and everything. And also you mentioned about your hobbies, which is really good. So I think there were quite a few takeaways from your speech that even I would say that, sometimes even like a simple speech like this, just telling something very basic about yourself to the club also makes it so special, because a lot of people sometimes just go into telling like, one or two incidents about their childhood, which may not cover each and every point like how you did, very briefly, like touching, like giving a quick snapshot of your life right from the childhood till your mid age now. And I can probably say I know Parimal so much better now than the Parimal that I knew, like, maybe an hour back or so. So thank you so much for sharing your first speech with us and your first what do you call your journey so far with us. To be honest, I felt that I really can't really pinpoint anything that that went wrong as such, because you were like pretty smooth in your speech. The flow was there, the structure was there. You started it from like your childhood, then in your college. So you went the progression was really gradual and in the right direction. I think there's still some scope for you to improve in your fluency, which I know you're already working on, but really commendable. You speak so good in English, despite of the fact that you have done your schooling and probably even engineering in the Gujarati medium. So really, like, kudos to you for that. I mean, I cannot even imagine if I would be in that situation. There would be like so much fear I would be feeling to speak in front of people, but you really done amazing. And believe me, like, uh, in Toastmasters, you really get more opportunities like this to kind of get your speaking skill to the next level. And yeah, I mean, I honestly don't really have much to say, apart from the fact that, your fluency will keep getting better. Just keep focusing on that, just keep working on that, and you're absolutely in the right direction. And since it's your icebreaker, I would really like everyone to stand up and give a standing ovation to a first time speaker, Toastmaster Parimal. Thanks, Parimal, and wish you all the best for your future speeches as well. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Glenn.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal, for that lovely evaluation, and of course, for the standing ovation for Toastmaster Parimal. I think that was a great first speech, and kudos to you. And my bad, actually, I should have called upon the timer before calling upon Toastmaster Vishal, but as we know, we get around 2 to 3 minutes to deliver the evaluation. I know Toastmaster Ritik is the next evaluator, and I hope he's ready because he had a relatively short period of time to get ready for the evaluation. Toastmaster Ritik.
Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
So the purpose of the project on which Toastmaster Ajay gave a speech was to deliver a speech on a well-researched topic, and indeed he did it. The topic was who inspired you, and his speech was basically focused on the inspiration, how he is impacted based on the inspiration he had in his life. So let's know the positive points first. So he started with a quote on inspiration. Inspiration is something which can change your life entirely. That is indeed true, because whatever we admire in our life, that puts an impact in our future as well. So if you heard about the butterfly effect, whatever change we make right now, whatever we absorb right now, that will make a huge impact in the future. So that was a great start for any speech. The other thing he did was he included a short story in his speech based on Dr. Apj Abdul Kalam, and he told us the vision of Dr. Apj Abdul Kalam. Like he wanted to make India self-reliant and self-independent. He gave our country nukes and research centers in India, and Toastmaster Ajay portrayed Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's story on on the same page as he is living his own life, what impact he has based on the same impact Dr. Apj had. And that was indeed a great thing to see. He's setting the inspiration levels very high for himself, and that shows his personality. And in the end, he ended the whole speech with a quote, "Nobody stays forever. Do you stay forever?" That left me in a in the silence to think about his whole speech, like why we need inspiration in our life. And the few things which he improved from the past speeches which he has given, the speech was very structured and well prepared. Kudos for that, Toastmaster Jay. And you improved on a speech as compared to your older speeches. The structure, the, the transition from one stage to another stage, and that was really done very well, Toastmaster Jay. Now let's move to the points where you could improve. The first thing is you told us you had an inspiration, but you didn't tell us if you didn't have the inspiration, what could have been the impacts in your life. And so we really wanted to hear why we need inspiration in our life, so that we try to focus on the inspiration rather than, because everybody doesn't have the inspiration. So why we need inspiration in our life, that was something on which I was looking for a more elaborated answer. So that is the one point. And second thing, you could have avoided audio issues middle of the prepared speech session. So what you can do, you can have backup devices while you're giving a speech. So those are the 2 points from my side. And the few things which you can include in your speech is like vocal variety can be improved a little bit. So you can keep a target in future. You want to improve the vocal variety. Yeah. So those are my evaluations for your speech. And overall, the speech was great. And that's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritik, for that lovely evaluation. We shall now move on to the next section, which is the report of the tag team. So with regards to the tag team, may I first call upon Toastmaster Vishal K in order to share the timer's report for the evaluators.
Thank you, Toastmaster Glenn. Both the evaluations were done within the time. Toastmaster Vishal Mehta took 3 minutes 03 seconds, and Toastmaster Ritik took 3 minutes 29 seconds, almost on the verge of disqualification. But yeah, both were qualified for the same. Over to you, Toastmaster Glenn.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, and I think that's really glad to know that both of them made it. So while we have the polls, moving over to the R counter, may I call upon Toastmaster Chetan to share the R counter report, please?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, just a second. Yeah. Actually, there is some issue in my laptop, so I'm not able to share my screen, but I can quickly give you the report. Toastmaster Engelbert used 5+ crutch words, 1 filler words, and had 2 long pauses. Toastmaster Vishal used 4 crutch words and 2 long pauses. And Toastmaster Chetan used 2 crutch words. Toastmaster Sandeep used 4 crutch words. And Toastmaster Parimal had 5+ crutch words. He had 1 filler words and 3 long pauses. Toastmaster Ajay used 1 crutch words. Toastmaster Urmila used 5+ crutch words, 1 filler word. Then Toastmaster Ritik used 5+ crutch words and 1 filler word.
Hello.
Why is there silence?
Yep.
Hey, did we lose Toastmaster Chetan?
Looks like it. Yep.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess there was some issue and he had given us a heads up on that. So what we can do is let's move on to Toastmaster Sandeep for the grammarian report, and then maybe if Toastmaster Chetan does join back, we can connect with him.
So thank you so much, Toastmaster and General Evaluator Glenn. So the first section is the good usage of language. So few of the extremely relevant and meaningful words and phrases noted where from Ajay, it was like inspiration is a touching spark, positive energy, knowledge, superpower, self-reliance, replica, nobody stands forever. Parimal used life is better in the present moment. So he talked about probably mindfulness and being awake and being aware all the time. And then in the table topics, we heard the journey of life from Ritik. We heard priority comes with challenges from Elvin. Things not going anyway. Things not going my way. Charity begins at home from Ritesh. Attracting like-minded people. Take action. Take action. Take first step. Law of attraction. Vishal used only dream is not enough. Perseverance. Joy used survive with bare minimum. Strip it off your life. Hold yourself back. Ways off. Be happy and make others happy. Elvin used give it back to the society. There was no notable instance of not so good use of language. All of you were absolutely fantastic, fabulous. Coming to the word of the day usage, surprisingly, I guess, I mean, I've not noted anyone using the word effervescent in the sessions. So, I mean, this is all from my end. And over to you. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator Glenn.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep, for that. But I truly believe that the session today has been efficient. So hopefully that says one usage, right? So I see, at least I don't see Toastmaster Chetan back on screen, but as and when if he joins, maybe we'd be able to connect with him. But I think more or less he did give us a fair idea of what the counter report looked like. With that being said, I will move on to my evaluation of the entire meeting and share my inputs, which are strictly mine. So to begin with the meeting, I think we began at 11 o'clock, and I think that was fabulous because we were bang on time. Something that I did like to point out was when I go by the script, the agenda that was shared, I see that my time was supposed to be 12:51. But I got to speak somewhere around 12:15. So I'm not sure what went wrong with the agenda here, or how did we manage to gain so much on time. But again, I think that's good because we'll be able to wrap up the session probably well on time today. Okay. But whenever you guys are creating the agenda, please make sure that you have that taken care of. Moving on to the presiding officer for the day. So presiding officer is our president, Toastmaster Sarika, and that was what I believe her first session. So Toastmaster Sarika, I think while you're settling into this particular role, I think you did a great job today. You did welcome the guest. You did address the ExCom members as well. I think it was the first official address to the ExCom. So good way to start your presiding officer role, and I'm sure that as and when you give more presiding officer speeches, you'll settle in even better. But good start. Nice warm welcome to all the guests. We will move on to discussing the speeches, and I think the speeches like speech evaluators have already mentioned. I think Toastmaster Parimal did a fabulous job with the icebreaker speech. And then after that, I'd really say that Toastmaster Ajay was really calm and composed. And I think all of you as well, all of us, were very supportive. So hats off to that. Somewhere I think that you can do everything right, but sometimes technology just gets in your way, and I'd like to believe that's something that just happened today. But in spite of that, a great comeback by Toastmaster Ajay, and really good support from all of you. So I think that's the spirit of the Toastmasters club, right? Moving on, since we're talking about the speeches, we'll also continue and talk about the evaluations as well. So I think Toastmaster Vishal, you did a great job with the evaluation. I have nothing to add over there. Toastmaster Ritik, I think you had relatively short time to prepare your evaluation. For some reason, I see your camera switched off. If I was the speaker and if you would give me evaluation, I think that's something that I would expect that you have your camera turned on. Unless, of course, there are some issues with regards to that, which, again, I think in some of our previous meetings, Toastmaster Joy pointed out that you should, primarily call that out before you give your evaluation. So that's just some feedback, Toastmaster Ritik. Now, let's go to the man of the day, TMoD, who is Toastmaster Engelbert. So Toastmaster Engelbert, all suited up. I think I think that professionalism, to see someone in a suit on a Sunday morning, 10:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I mean, that just speaks volumes of your dedication. Overall, I really enjoyed the theme bucket list. I think fabulous. What I like about you in general is, and I could be wrong here, but I believe that whatever you do, a lot of it goes impromptu. Okay. And you somehow have the ability to connect with the audience and engage the audience and make them a part of, be it a speech, be it even today's TMoD session, which is something that I personally like, and I think that's the way it should be done. Some of the drawbacks that come with it is the crutch words, the fillers, the ahs and the ums, but that's something which will take a ton of practice, and as in when you continue doing these type of things, it will eventually become less. So that's my feedback for you, Toastmaster Engelbert. Now, to talk about the tag team, I think we'll start off with the timer, Toastmaster Vishal K. I'm not sure. Is this the first time that you're doing a timer's role?
Yeah, I'm doing it for the first time.
Okay, cool. Well, then I think, that's absolutely fine. But somewhere I seen that I lack of attentiveness. Okay, and when I mean that, I thought that especially when we were talking about Toastmaster Shamika, during a table topic speech, I think when she started, your clock was already like 20 seconds. So that's just one thing. And then I think during the evaluation for Toastmaster Vishal, and somewhere I think I was at fault because I didn't really call upon you. But the screen that was shared was incorrect. So maybe these are some things that not just you, but even I should be a little mindful of. So just something to think about, right? The R counter for the day, I think Toastmaster Chetan, I'm not sure if he's back. Toastmaster Chetan is back. Okay. And you did call out the issues with regards to the technical glitch, and then after that you dropped off. But I think the report was pretty much detailed. I liked your entire presentation, so good job. And if there's anything that you still want to add, then feel free to go ahead now.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I left.
Okay.
But do you want me to repeat the time counter report?
So we do have the time. So if you want to, go ahead and do that if you have that.
Okay, yeah, I have that handy. So yeah, so Toastmaster Engelbert used 5+ crutch words, 1 filler word, and 2 long pauses. Toastmaster Vishal M used 4 crutch words. Then Toastmaster Chetan used 2 crutch words. Toastmaster Sandeep used 4 crutch words. Toastmaster Parimal had more than 5 crutch words. Toastmaster Ajay had 1 crutch words, nothing else. And yeah, 2 long pauses also. Toastmaster Urmila had more than 5 crutch words, 1 filler word. Then Toastmaster Ritik had 5+ crutch words, then 1 filler words. And then Toastmaster Vishal K had 5+ crutch words. Toastmaster Alvin used 5+ crutch words, 1 filler word. And both guests Samiksha and Bridges used more than 5 crutch words. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chetan, for repeating that report and again making it detailed. Thank you. So now coming back to Toastmaster Sandeep. Toastmaster Sandeep is the grammarian for today. And again, okay, the word effervescent, right? So here's some feedback that I'm going to share. Wherein you have the word of the day, right? Try and keep it as your background, or probably drop it, put it in your chat. And maybe we want to try and remind people from time to time, because honestly, when we're looking at the word of the day, a lot of times some of these words we could be hearing for the first time. We may not even know what it means. So it kind of becomes a little difficult to put that into the context of the speech. So try and display it or put it in the chat and remind people from time to time, which I think would be helpful, and people will be able to eventually use it, right? A good thing that I did observe, and I think you have implemented feedback from which was provided by our president in the previous meeting. I think Toastmaster Sarika had called out that the grammarian should, also call the name of the person who has used some good verbiage, and I think that was implemented in this meeting. So I think some good implementation of feedback, and yeah, so that's something that I really liked. Now, that was the report for the tag team. I also just wanted to point out one thing over here with the Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms, I think you started off really well, okay, and all the instructions and everything was given. So pretty much everything bang on. But there's something that I observed during the start, which was all of us, and this is for all of us, right? We are technically given a script, and then you kind of read out from the script, right? So I think here's what you said: please do not enter when someone is speaking, right? So it's an online meeting, and obviously no one's going to enter now. So sometimes just don't go blindly by the script. You may have to edit the script on the basis of what to tweak the situation. So that's my suggestion. Whenever you guys, any one of us, including me, get a script, don't just blindly follow it, just tweak it to suit the moment. So that's an overall feedback for me for today's session. Thank you so much, and back to the Toastmaster today. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you very much. It was really nice opening for all of us for learning, in fact. Yeah. So as we had discussed just before introducing you to general evaluation, that how we need to remove our distractions. So you helped us to find out the distraction or the challenges, so that we can focus on that particular goal or that improvement. On this very good note, I would like to conclude by rephrasing few beautiful things what we already spoke in these 2 hours, starting from having a bucket list, giving it a tangible record by writing it, pondering, thinking about it, so that our subconscious mind will soak it, and whenever we step out, we'll see things happening in front of us. We'll also try to remove distractions and enjoy and let this process itself be an enjoyable process. Yeah, so over to you, Sarika.
Thank you, Engelbert. Okay, so before I proceed, maybe we can have the poll for the best of 3.
Yes, my apologies for our count. For some reason, I don't know, I made a mistake. So I'll add Toastmaster. Just give me a minute. I'll just redo it.
Okay, so till the time the polls are on, I think it was an amazing session today. And it is so nice to know each other's bucket list. Like I never knew that someone can, okay, the poll count again is showing such.
Sorry, yeah. For some reason, I'm not getting the edit option now.
So again, I never knew that someone's bucket list can be of minimalistic and living in an Amazon forest and all. So it is so nice. Chetan's wedding has been announced. Sandeep's vision board. Wow. I always thought, that it's since so long I want to make a vision board, but then today also someone said that, the difference between dream and plan and is the action basically. So that is missing from my end, and I'll ensure that I make a vision board. Alvin's dream of Latin America, daughter's future studies, and Ritik today he's gayab. I don't know why his screen is off today permanently, consistently. So, and yes, Parimal, your first speech. It was really, I really felt that, of course, there are a lot of technical glitches at everybody's end. I think Ajay, but the general evaluator anyways mentioned he was very calm and composed. And that shows, how matured and how easily you'll handle such situations. So I felt that it was an amazing session. I really enjoyed. Now let's go to the guest and just check out that, how did they feel about it? Samiksha, maybe you want to say your 2 bits? Samiksha, are you there? Okay, so Brijesh, are you there?
Yeah, I am part of the call. Yeah, I didn't get.
Brijesh, is this your first session of the Toastmaster Club?
Yeah, this is my first session.
And how was it? Did you enjoy? Did you achieve what you wanted?
Yeah, I wanted a first-hand experience of how the session goes. Obviously, I myself, while speaking on the table topic phase, got some stage fright, and exactly the reason why I am here. Obviously, impromptu speaking is very difficult. When you have time, to speak on something, you can prepare it. But impromptu is something which you do major part of the day in your general life or in your corporate life as well, and that's where I want to improve upon. So I feel it's a good place to begin with, and it connects with my my top phrase which I couldn't bring in then, but you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are or how you are. So if I want to improve my public speaking, I cannot just want to improve it. I have to take the initiation, join this club, give some speeches, and that is how I will start attracting good public speaking. So yeah, it was a nice experience, and grateful to everyone, for playing the supporting role. I understand it's difficult to put in everything, and kudos to Ajay, with all the technical glitches, he managed to come again and present himself in a very calm and composed way. Yeah, so that's something I would want to learn as well, because in life, you never know, things can go bad. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, thank you, Brijesh. Thank you. You've really walked the talk, that you mentioned about you get what you are, you attract what you are and not what you want. So really kudos. And I think you are at the right place. Maybe Vishal and I can then further let you know how do we proceed about. And if you want to further continue, then maybe we can talk separately. Samiksha, are you there? Maybe we wanted to hear from you also. Okay, so I think Samiksha is not there. Okay, so before we proceed, and can we please vote for the big 3? Okay, so if the awards are ready, then maybe this is the time for announcing all the awards.
Yes, I'm just launching it in 5 seconds.
Okay. By the time, I would like to share my personal experience. So whenever earlier in the office, and especially when somebody tells you to talk, you generally get a bit nervous. And I remember So I'm a compliance officer of a private bank. And every year I do compliance training, and it is like a detailed training of maybe 92 slides and like a 2.5 hour training that I conduct for all my employees. So every time I remember, I used to conduct, I mean, since 2-3 years I've been conducting, and I used to have butterflies, and your voice suddenly changes the tone when you are nervous and all. But this time, it was just last week when I conducted, I have to tell, and I really want to appreciate Toastmaster for this. I just didn't feel that I'm going to talk for 2 hours, and there were absolutely no butterflies. I was so confident and I was so calm. There was no anxiety on my face. So I really felt very nice because I could see the difference in me. So I'm sure that everybody will experience the same difference, and as Brijesh mentioned, you are absolutely in the right place. And the more you participate and the more you talk, the more confident and, the more comfortable you are with your own talks. So yeah, that I wanted to share because last week only I had my training. So yes, it was nice. Okay, so now we have the award results. So the first one is the best speaker, and the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you.
Just one apologies, presiding officer. We are working to change the club president's name, so it will be done by.
Absolutely okay. It's okay. The best table topic, Toastmaster Sandeep. Sandeep, you're going good. You're going really strong. It's nice to see you participating every meeting and interacting, and it's nice to know more about you also.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And the best evaluator goes to Vishal. And the next one, the best auxiliary role player, again, Toastmaster Sandeep. Oh my God, Sandeep is on the roll. And the best big three role player, Toastmaster of the day, Engelbert. Congratulations to all the winners. And today, we ended a bit on time, 12:53. We can have our early Sunday lunch. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for your time, for your participation, and looking forward again for the next meeting next week. See you. And Samiksha, if you are there, and Brijesh, maybe, Vishal, is there any other waiting room or where we can just talk to the guest? And
Sure, I'll create the breakout room and we can have the guests in the breakout room. I will just create it now.
so maybe Brijesh and Samiksha, you can join the breakout room. Until then, bye. Enjoy your weekend. In fact, the remaining Sunday, and have a nice week.
Have a great day, everyone. Great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.